YouTube, how are you now? We are back on Rainbow Six Siege. Been a while. They did a new season update at the beginning of this month, and also some Christmas themed, holiday themed stuff going on right now. So this new Snow Brawl game mode, it's 5v5, capture the flag. Everybody has snowballs and smoke grenades. New operator, Solis. So she basically scans enemy gadgets through walls. So you scan it, shows it where it is. There's only a couple that it can show at a time, so there's a limited number that it identifies, and then you ping them for your team so they can see where they are. Defender. So the new season, they brought a new map, Nighthaven Labs. So this is the new map, Nighthaven Labs. They also added crossplay and cross progression. So if you were like me, who used to play on console and switched to PC, the progress from both should be combined as long as you are linked on the same Ubisoft account. But I think my console was a different account, but because I don't think it combined what I had on console, but doesn't matter. Crossplay now, console can play with console, PC still with PC though. They made some changes to some of the attachments as well, and then the shooting range. So the shooting range now basically tracks the guns you've used, so you can compare them side by side, like the recoil patterns and that kind of stuff. The attachments, supposedly they unified like all the sights per gun and then adjusted some of the attachments. So I didn't read too much into it, but the one thing that I did notice was suppressors now don't seem to decrease your damage. So before they used to decrease your damage, so nobody really used them, but now it appears that they don't. And so it's just basically the benefits of reduced muzzle flash, hidden tracers, and then sound suppression with no damage penalty. But the recoil is definitely higher when you're not using the recoil dampening muzzle attachments. It's definitely a lot more noticeable. Training grounds, bots.
Eliminate all of the terrorists.
This is like a futuristic research facility or whatever. Okay, this goes outside. Got multiple floors here. I hear. Oh. Oh, okay. Uh oh. These guys duck bullets, huh? So yeah, I've always enjoyed the gunplay of Rainbow Six Siege. Still pretty good. More realistic approach, which I prefer to like the arcadey, futuristic type stuff. So is this guy above me, or where's he coming from? Oh. Guess we're going upstairs then, huh? Oh, movement. Oh, shot the wall. Okay. I wish the ADS speed was a little bit faster though. Even though I have the faster ADS attachment, it's still pretty slow. But this game's meant to be played just moving around while ADS'd. I don't really care for that. But that's definitely how it's meant to be played. A little more tactical, a little more cautious. Still wish they would do something with the Rainbow Six Siege shooting mechanics. Branch out a little bit. So Ubisoft did do like a battle royale. What was it called? Hyperscape. It's like a futuristic amalgamation of all their games. So I would have wished they would have done more like the Rainbow Six Siege style, because this is their popular first-person shooter. But they did like Assassin's Creed, like movement, climbing buildings, flying through the air, that kind of stuff. And then it was like super futuristic with a super high time to kill, not fast time to kill like this game, not realistic, way in the future, sci-fi. Pretty much like the worst direction they could have gone in. What the heck was that noise? Same thing with like Rainbow Six Extraction.
Op 4 eliminated.
It's like they decided to go with aliens of all things. Like you got a game that's grounded in like realism, more realistic tactical shooter with real nations, special forces units, and then you go up against aliens and monsters. So I mean, I guess that was the safest way they could have gone, because how else do you get all the world's elite special forces units working together against a common enemy? Aliens, I guess, monsters, right? But really, that was the worst possible direction they could have gone in. And then it wasn't really that realistic either. So a lot of them had a ton of health and
Eliminate all hostiles.
like stick to what works, you know. This game is based in more realistic, tactical, fast time to kill. Modern, not futuristic type stuff, you know. So I wish they would do something along the lines of this game, but branch out into different. Here's somebody. Into different genres like battle royale, extraction shooters, whatever. Anything really. And I wish other shooting games would do like training grounds like this. If you enjoy the shooting mechanics but don't really care much for multiplayer, like I am nowadays, you just want to go in and shoot some bots to enjoy the shooting mechanics of the game. I'm not really a fan of multiplayer these days. With all the hidden skill matching and all that kind of stuff, it feels like you're fighting the game itself more than you're fighting other players, and that kind of takes away from the experience. So sometimes I just want to go in and mindlessly shoot some bots. Rainbow Six Siege is the only one that really has that option. Supposedly like Apex Legends is doing some type of PvE type thing. Tarkov could potentially lean into like a PvE type thing if in the full game, like if there's a story element and all that to it. Potentially they might still go with the PvE PvP route. PvE VP, like Call of Duty and what the heck is that? Just a gun just floating there. Call of Duty and what else was I thinking about? Brain just went completely blank. PUBG, yeah, PUBG. That was the other thing I was thinking. So I like PUBG's AI training grounds. You can just play the battle royale map just against bots. That was a lot more enjoyable to me when I just want to go around and shoot stuff and explore the maps and that kind of stuff. But it was limited to the original map, Arendelle, and you only had like 10 games you could play, and then after that it wasn't available anymore. So I wish more games would allow players the option to just play against bots. They enjoy the gameplay mechanics, but don't necessarily enjoy the PvP aspect of it, or they want to learn the game, not comfortable with all the mechanics, and don't really feel like going into the high stakes of multiplayer or battle royale, that kind of stuff. Just more casual, more enjoyable, you know? So yeah, an interesting little map, futuristic kind of research facility on the coast somewhere. Yeah, even this game is kind of strayed from that traditional grounded in reality, where it was just operators with like basic tools, real life tools for like breaching and that kind of stuff. And now it's like all this futuristic sci-fi type stuff where people have holographic decoys and grapple guns that launch you across the map, and some dude who like just charges through walls and stuff. It's like it's definitely gone the route of more just fantasy, sci-fi, futuristic type stuff, which is unfortunate. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people enjoy that kind of stuff. There's definitely a market for that, but I prefer the much more grounded in realism, realistic, modern type stuff. So wish they would do something with it, but I mean, the last couple attempts that Ubisoft has made weren't too good. They didn't pan out, but I mean, they completely abandoned the basics of what works, you know. Their one first-person shooting franchise that's successful is more grounded in realism, modern, tactical, fast time to kill, and they go with sci-fi and all kinds of weird stuff instead. The gunplay in this game is enjoyable. Oh. I did not see this guy. Here's somebody over here. No? Somebody above? Oh, okay, what am I shooting at? So yeah, that slow ADS kind of throws me off. Not aimed down yet while I'm shooting. But without that ADS attachment, it's even slower. Much slower. Oh, he didn't. No sound. There was no sound in that reload. What the heck? Where'd this guy just go? Ow. Somebody shooting at me from behind? I'm about to die here, so I need to play a little bit more safe. It's almost all the enemies. Oh. Guys are moving around, but nobody in that room? Uh-oh. Here, have a claymore.
3 hostiles remaining.
Big bell! Oh, he's shooting through the wall, you cheater. Oh, hello! Haha, sucker.
Op 4 eliminated.
So yeah, the shooting's still enjoyable. Still one of the best there is. The weapons have punch. They're real guns, modern guns. More grounded in reality, so fast time to kill, headshots, one-shot kill. Real locations around the world. Just go in and hunt down enemies. That's the type of gameplay that I prefer, as opposed to like Call of Duty does like wave-based gameplay where all the enemies know where you are and they just converge on your location in
Eliminate
waves.
terrorists.
That's not really enjoyable or realistic, whereas these enemies have to react to you. So I mean, Rainbow Six has always had like some of the better AI. I mean, it's not perfect. These guys cheat, shoot you through walls and all kinds of stuff on the higher difficulties, but it's always been better than like the bigger game companies like Activision, Call of Duty, Battlefield. They just know where you are all the time and just converge on your location. There's no real hunting. It's just survival. Another claymore here. Somebody's walking now. It's like the old Rainbow Six Vegas games. I used to love playing those terrorist hunts. The maps were fun. The gameplay was fun. Just go in and hunt. Oop. Lost control of the recoil there. Guy behind me? Above? Already been there. Thought I saw a foot. Thought I saw a foot under the barricade, but I hope you didn't finish reloading. Ow! Nope. Nobody behind that barricade? Shoot.
The enemies remaining.
Reload! So yeah, it's always fun to come back to Rainbow Six every now and then. It's definitely a good way to like improve your shooting skills. So I put a lot of time into this game initially when I switched from console to PC because I wasn't very good on mouse and keyboard. I was actually pretty terrible. So good way to practice your shooting skills, movement skills, that kind of stuff, without all the pressure and high stakes of like multiplayer. Wish other games would have similar, if not the exact same style, you know, just training grounds, hunting down AIs, just going through the maps, just hunting down AI, you know, either solo or with friends or matchmaking, whatever. Sometimes you just want to go in and mindlessly shoot some bots, you know, just enjoy the mechanics of the shooting without all the other stuff going on behind the scenes, all the hidden matchmaking and whatever else they're doing behind the scenes to try to determine outcomes that you don't care for, you know. And then multiplayer, sometimes you just don't feel like playing multiplayer either, the way certain people play or people cheat, and just not enjoyable sometimes. So kind of burnt out on multiplayer, just prefer a more casual experience, you know. But yeah, still enjoyable, always worth coming back to, checking out if you enjoy the shooting mechanics of it. They do have team deathmatch, so I mean, but the game is not really built for that kind of style of play. It's more slow paced, tactical, so people still play that way even in team deathmatch. They don't really move around the maps, still kind of holding angles and all that kind of stuff. So not really a traditional team deathmatch approach. But I mean, still good way to warm up, I guess, if you actually prefer that playstyle and you're just warming up for actual matches, ranked or whatever. Good way to just warm up a little bit, I guess. But yeah, always good to come back and check things out. But still not something I'm totally interested in, something I can't completely grind out. They definitely need to expand the gameplay genre, you know, to something that I would actually play a lot of. I'm not really a fan of the one life based, round based type game modes where it's more like the tactical slow approach. I just prefer more the run and gun, casual play style. And then if they are gonna do the one life, I would prefer it to be like a more high stakes type thing too, you know. So we'll see. Hopefully they do something with it in the future that actually sticks to what works and not just go completely off the rails and make a game nobody asked for, nobody wanted, you know. Use what's successful and expand on that. Don't try to reinvent the wheel every single time you try to do something. Games are successful for a reason, so use what is successful, what people enjoy, and then expand on that. Wish developers would understand that simple concept, but these days it doesn't seem to be the case. What can you do? But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.